about remembering to breathe and remembering to breathe well. So just a little summary. What he talks about remembering to take good, mindful breaths. So first, what is a good breath? A good breath, he suggests, is breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, and goes to a lot of information about when he did the experiment of clogging up his nasal passages for up to 10 days. He and another guy, and they did a lot of research based on that, and other people that have issues with just mouth breathing, and how it changes the structure of your face and it changes your whole well-being. So breathing through the nose and out through the nose, that is yogic breathing, is really the best way to get yourself oxygenated in a really mindful way. I suggested and wondered if anybody had practiced that when you're learning to take that deep belly breath, that you think about where the diaphragm attaches, which is the lowest part of the ribs, okay? So instead of thinking about the belly breath, and when you take a breath in, you're trying to pooch your belly out and using the musculature of that, think about, is it possible to take that deep breath from the lowest part of my ribs, the low side ribs, and think about expanding those low ribs side to side and forward to back, because that's where the diaphragm attaches. And if you think about just inviting that opening side to side and forward to back, it creates this beautiful ease of breathing. And then the belly takes care of itself. As the diaphragm lowers down, because you're, stretching it out, as it lowers down, it just naturally pushes all the contents of your belly forward, and that's what makes your belly pooch out, okay? And then using the belly muscles to help draw the belly in and bringing those side ribs in to create this full and complete exhalation. Waiting for that need to breathe to bubble up inside of you, so that next breath you can expand from the side ribs and the front and back to take a beautiful, full, rich breath in. So I don't know if you got a chance to practice doing it that way, but it takes some really good inner awareness of your body to take that breath to that level. So that's your homework for the week, again, to try that breathing in that way and just see what it feels like in your body. See if you like it, see if it makes it more easeful. And then remembering to take the breath. Okay, so Thich Nhat Hanh says, when I hear the bell, it reminds me to take a breath. So whenever he hears a phone ring, whenever he hears, we have church bells right outside our house. So every hour and every half hour, they chime. So it reminds me to take some breaths in. Or maybe you hear ding, ding on your computer or something, just remind. So what cue can you use in your daily routine to help you remember to take 5, 6, 7, 10 wonderful breaths in, just to make it mindful and become habitual. So that becomes your first line of defense when things start to get a little bit, crazy. All right, so make it good, make it mindful, and use it in the way it's intended. So we said that when you're having those anxious days, there's a way to calm that down with the breath, first line of defense. And it's taking that full, rich breath in and extending and lengthening the exhalation out. Long, slow exhalation calms the nervous system down. Breath in, long exhalation. It taps into that rest and relax and digest nervous system. All right. Conversely, if you're feeling that need for the Snickers bar and coffee at 3 o'clock, you want to get some energy in your body, you want to take more in breath and a shorter ha breath out. So it would be that breath of joy. Sip, sip, sip. We practiced that last week, and that will energize your body as it taps into that sympathetic nervous system, that fight or flight, or just energizing nervous system. Okay, so make it good, make it mindful, and use it the right way. Okay, so that's those are 3 of the things this book really talks about. Okay, so that's that for today. Today we are going to do the highest yogic function, which is creating, remembering to move and connect, yoga is to yoke, the movement with the breath. All right, so when we inhale, we reach the arms up overhead. Typically when we're lifting and reaching, we're inhaling, because why? It creates more space. We have more space. We're not all crunched in, right? So we can take a full, rich breath in. And then when we exhale, we're either forward folding or we're kind of more drawing into ourselves, and that we can get rid of all that air. So we're really going to work on connecting movement with breath. So from our asana perspective, all week we've been working on the sun salutation, the components of the sun salutation. And it's a beautiful way to connect movement with breath, to loosen up all your joints, to strengthen, to get flexibility. It's just a really good tool. And we're going to do it seated and standing. And those of you who don't prefer to stand today, you can just keep practicing the seated one, okay, until you feel really good and strong with it. All right. Whew. All right, so thanks for listening, and let's get started. So we're going to just take a really comfortable seat, a good seat. We're going to take a good seat. It should be comfortable, but it's going to be good. So if you could scooch forward in your chair and keep the sitting bones connected to the chair, but then walk your feet a little bit ahead of your knees, because that's going to require more core strength, and we want to keep our core strong to take a good breath too. Now press the feet gently into the earth, and use that pressure of the feet into the earth and the hands on the thighs to rise out of your pelvis. So to lengthen the spine out of the pelvis. Draw the shoulders up towards your ears, and then soften them back and down. And just do a few shoulder circles like that. A little bit exaggerated shoulder circle. Make some awareness to the back body as you feel the shoulder blades draw toward one another. Notice if your feet and your toes are clawing into the mat. Just relax your feet as you continue just to press gently into the earth. All right. And then let's take a little normal, natural breath as we breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. One more time. And settle into this beautiful, solid mountain pose. Invite the eyes to close. And take a quick scan of the body, noticing who and how you brought yourself to practice today. What condition are you in this present moment? Scanning from the crown of the head, down the back of the neck and shoulders. Just noticing if there are any areas of tightness or tension, areas that are calling for your attention. And honor them with that little bit of attention. Say, yeah, I gotcha. We're not going to push through pain. Just, I notice, be present, not judging. Just be with what is today. And then we can only learn and practice from a place of rest, relax, and digest. So we're going to do first the grace breath, G-R-A-C-E breath. Super simple. All you do is breathe in, noticing the physical sensations of the act of breathing, the air going into the nostrils, expansion of the ribs. And as you exhale, just allow the physical sensation of the support of the chair. Just acknowledge that physical sensation of the feet being on the floor, the sitting bones on the chair. That helps to tap into that parasympathetic nervous system. So breathing in through the nose, I notice the sensations of the air moving into my nostrils. And breathing out, I acknowledge the support of the chair. Feeling those physical sensations on the feet, the buttocks. Breathing in through the nose, I feel the physical sensation of the coolness of the air. And as I exhale, allow the support of the chair to hold me in this place. I'm safe, secure. In this present moment, all is well. In this place of rest, relax, or digest, take your awareness to your side ribs, front and back ribs, that lowest point of your ribs. And as you begin to breathe in and notice the physical sensation of the air going into the nostrils, let it go deeper into the lungs and see if you can't expand from the side ribs gently. even the forward back part of the ribs. So let that diaphragm just to lower down, create more space in the chest. And in doing so, the belly pooches out. Pause at the top of that breath for just a moment. Let that prana, that life energy, go to all the tissues of the cell. And as you exhale, just release and let go. If you want to use a little contraction of the belly to help release the air. Release the air. When you think you've released it, release a little more. Wait for the need to breathe, to bubble up inside. And when you're ready, invite another full, rich breath in from those side ribs. Expand the side ribs out to the side. Belly naturally pooches. Pause for a moment. And then when you're ready, a full exhalation. And if you want to just keep appreciating the sensation of feeling the support of the chair, that's a beautiful, beautiful way to exhale as well. Practice just a few more full breaths in, nice and rich. Easy does it. No forcing, no judgment. Stay present with the breath. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Breathing in, I calm my mind. Breathing out, I calm my body. And bringing the hands to the heart space, finger to finger, palm to palm. Let's just chant the sound of Om together as we use that full, rich breath to support the sound. So make it loud and rich. Exhale fully. When you're ready, take a full breath in. Bow your head to your heart, as your head should always bow to the heart. And lower your hands down to your thighs and come back to your seated mountain pose, lifting your head up. And let's just start to roll those shoulders up again. Let the whole arm, elbows, fingers, wrists, everything get invited into this process. So shoulders up, back and down. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, begin to connect movement with that breath. Breathe in, breathe out, easy does it. And then take one shoulder at a time. Little side to side movement. Notice what you notice about the shoulder. Pay attention to the sensations that you feel in your body. Good. And then go the other way with those shoulder rolls, as if you're swimming, almost swimming a freestyle movement. Good. And then get the fingers stretching out, stretch out like starfish, curl in like bear claws, make a fist like you're holding a baby bird and fling the fingers out. So starfish, bear claw, baby bird, fling, starfish, bear claw, baby bird, fling. Pinky as far away from the thumb as you can get it. Nice curling of the fingertips, gentle fist and fling. One more time. And then once you've got that gentle fist, rotate the thumbs in circles. Go both directions. Hands, keeping these hands strong. Make some circles with the wrists. Nice tight fists. Now squeeze the, not gonna squeeze the baby bird, but squeeze, go both directions. And then extend your arms out nice and long and point your knuckles toward the floor, soften your shoulders down. Feel that stretch across the top of the wrist. Those of you who are on the computer a lot, use your hands a lot for crafting, gardening, whatever it is. And then stretch the fingers out wide. Pinky is as far away from the thumb. Press out through the heel of the hand. Extend the arms long. Soften the shoulders down. And shake all that out. Let's take those fingertips onto the shoulder and start to lift the elbows up. Upper arm in line with the ear. Elbows point as close to the sky as possible. And then sweep the arms out to the side, draw the shoulder blades toward each other as the elbows dip down by your hips, and now connect with the breath. Inhale, elbows up. Exhale, back, down and around. 2 more, breathe in and out. Breathe in, take your movement in commensurate with your breathing pattern. Don't follow mine, you have your own. Take your arms out to the side, curl the tips of the fingers in, rotate the shoulders forward from the top of the arm bone, and then open those shoulders back out. Good, nice big shoulder rolls, round the back body a little bit, and open the chest slightly. Just a little bit of movement in the spine. Lower the chin to the chest if that feels better on your neck. 2 more times in this posture, rounding from the top of that shoulder bone. Good, and last one. Nice. Now let's interlace the fingertips, place them under the chin and lift the elbow up. Let's get length in the spine first. So this is going to help us draw our spine long and tall out of the pelvis. Full breath in. And as you exhale, press the palms forward, chin to the chest, round your back body. Just notice the shoulder blades spreading across the back. We're going to reach the arms up overhead, but if that's not in your wheelhouse today, just bring your hands to your forehead. But if they can press up towards the ceiling, take them all the way up, get that length back in the spine. Good. Now bring the arms, palms forward, chin to the chest, round your back body into cat pose. And as you inhale, reach the arms up to the forehead or overhead, just length, not an open heart, just length. Exhale, round, chin to the chest, press those arms forward. And last one, inhale, arms up overhead. Good, let's release that, the arms down to the side, roll those shoulders out. A little bit of heat building up in those shoulders and in the back of the neck. Okay, now please find your blocks and place them on either side of you, okay, at the highest point. Anybody doing okay so far? All right, we're going to start with just a little bit of tick-tocking here. So we're going to work the side body. So just going to tap those blocks side to side. Feel the shift of the weight of the sitting bones. Take your time with this. It can be fingertips or palms of the hand, whatever feels better for you. Nice and easy. Notice what you notice about your back body, around the hip area, around the sacroiliac joints. Good. All right, now if it works for you and you would like to lower, yes. You're breaking up, Susan. What's that? Can you chat me? Because I can't understand you. You're breaking up like a robot. Is anyone else having issues with sound? Everybody's okay? Susan, I wonder if it's your internet. Everyone seems to be okay. Everyone's saying they're okay.
Could be me, because you keep picking free.
Do a chat, because I can't understand you. All right. Take your blocks a little bit lower if that works for you. And then bring your opposite arm up to goalpost. Take your time with this. I didn't get a chat yet, Susan. All right, so then if it works, reach the arm up all the way overhead. And then we're going to pause at the one side. Just pick a side. Maybe the upper arm comes in line with the ear. Susan, why don't you go back out and come back in again? Looks like you're frozen. And then let's go to the other side. Tap the block, reach the arm up overhead. And then if it works for you to bring the upper arm in line with the ear, or you'll stay at goalpost, just roll that shoulder back. Your decision. Good. And then lower the arms back down. Roll the shoulders out again. And then bring those hands onto the thighs. Good. You okay, Susan? Let's start to make some circles with the ribs. So we're trying to keep the pelvis more isolated and just start to circle the ribs, get a little bit of movement in the side ribs. So draw the belly in and draw the side ribs in toward each other so that you're really using some strength. And then imagine the spine is a spoon handle and you're scraping the inside out of the sides of the ribs. And then go the other direction. It's a very subtle movement, hardly any movement at all. Good. Feel that? It takes a lot of core integrity just to move the ribs side to side. And then invite the whole torso to spin over the pelvis. So let the elbows go out to the side, do whatever feels good in your body. And then go the other direction. Nice. Good. And then let's bring the, come to some stillness and grab your blocks again. We're going to place the blocks in front of us in a T. All right, so make them in a T and take the feet out nice and wide. I'm going to do a forward fold here. If you know you have osteoporosis or osteopenia in your back, you want to keep your hands on your thighs and support your torso weight with your hands on your thighs. But if you're spine and you tie your shoes or whatever, bringing your hands down to your feet, and that's okay for you, then you'll be able to bring your hands to the blocks. It's not that much of a difference, but you decide what works for you. So press the hands into the thighs, lengthen the spine, roll the shoulders back. Full breath in as you lengthen. As you exhale, hinge forward and then bring the hands onto the blocks if that's right for you. We're going to do a little bit of cat-cow movement here. So press the hands into the thighs and just gently from the chest, not the lower back, just bring the heart forward slightly. Lift the eye gaze up, no higher than the seam of the ceiling in the wall. And then as you exhale, chin to the chest, round your back body. Feel that nice stretch across the whole back body. And then inhale, hinge forward, lift the heart space, slight subtle movement, very, very subtle, not a big movement, nothing in the lower back. Exhale, chin to the chest, round. And then just a couple more. Inhale, press those hands into the block. Use that to help get long in your spine, lift up through the heart. And then exhale, chin to the chest, round your back body. One more time each way. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. All right, and then come back to a neutral spine. Bring your hands back onto the thighs and lift back up to sitting. Okay, now take your blocks and we're going to put one on the right side, one lengthwise on the top of the foot, near the top of the foot, and the other one's going to just sit right on top of it with the on its higher end. Okay, so you're just making a little stair step. Bring your feet back to neutral and then lean back in your chair. Bring the right knee in towards the chest and make some circles with your ankles. So we're taking this all out of the lower back. Take the circles the other way. And then point and flex those feet. Just lift and spread the toes, get some movement in the feet. Okay. Now, if it works for you, lower the knee down a little bit and hinge forward away from the back of the chair. If that's okay for your lower back. If it's okay, then proceed going forward with your back away from the back of the chair. But if you felt a twinge in your lower back, just stay leaning back into the back of the chair. We're just going to work the quad and the hip flexor. So we're going to take our heel on that right block and tap the right heel on the block. And then tap the higher block with your toe. And then bring the heel back to the lower block. High block with the toe, low block with the heel. So we're just doing a little bit of movement with this foot. You're going to feel it in the hip flexor and in the quadriceps. Do one more each way. And then lower that foot back down to the floor. Give your leg a little bit of massage there. And then let's pick that leg up and take it out to the side, in and out. And if that doesn't work for you, just tap it. Tap it on the floor, in and out. Open up through that hip joint. You can even make some circles with that leg. If you need to be leaning back in the chair, please lean back in the chair. Hold on to the side if that gives you even more support. Nice. All right. And then lower the foot back down on the floor. We're going to set both blocks up. One block's going to be on the inside edge of the right foot. The other one's just going to be centered right in front of you. Okay. We're going to do a pigeon pose here while we're working on this right leg. So let's pick that right leg up. Externally rotate it, bring the pinky toe side of the foot on the block. So we're going to open up through that right outer hip. Press the hands into the thighs, use that to lengthen. Full breath in, you're going to hinge forward, supporting your hands on your thighs, or if it felt good for you to bring your fingertips on the block with the forward fold, bring your fingertips onto the block so you can get a little deeper stretch. But there are no have-tos. It can stay right here on your thighs or fingertips on the block. You decide. Use your breath to help release that outer hip. Invite the whole leg to move down toward the earth, keeping the foot flexed, toes lifted and spread to help support the structures of the knee. Good. All right. If your hands are on the block, bring them onto the thighs, press back up. We'll do that one more time. So lengthen, engage the core, hinge forward, hands on the thighs, or reaching forward, bringing the hands onto the blocks. Good. Keep breathing. Nice. All right. Hands come back onto the thighs if they're not already there, and lift back up. Bring the knee back to center, and we'll set the blocks up the other way. So in front of the left foot, one block is flat. The other block is going to come up on its height, a little bit higher. That goes the other way, sorry. So the block that's higher is on the inside edge. See that? Okay. So first we're going to lean back in the chair, hands come under that left thigh, lift the knee in towards the chest, make some circles with the ankle. We're just kind of testing the waters here, seeing how this feels in the lower back and that side of the body. Point and flex, point and flex. Movement in your ankles. Good. Now, lower the knee down a little bit. Engage your core, so draw that belly in and come forward away from the back of the chair. Notice if that's okay. If it's not, lean back again. If it is, we're going to try this heel toe tap. So we're going to take the heel, it goes out to the outside a little bit, heel and toe on the high, heel on the low, tap toe on the high. This is just controlled movement, all right, for our muscle energy to have to, target a certain part structure so that we can really find that meaningful and targeted strength. One more time each way, heel and toe. Good. Now pick the leg back up, take it out to the side. This should feel kind of like a release. Make some circles with the hip if that feels okay. But pay attention too. What are you sensing on this side of the body with your hip? You can always tap as well. And then bring the foot down. And let's do our pigeon pose on this side. So we've got one block centered in the middle, facing you. The other is on the side, facing the other direction. Lift the foot up, externally rotate, put the pinky toe side of the foot on that block, lengthen. Get a nice breath in, just release the knee down toward the earth. As you lengthen, hinge forward, and maybe if it's a good idea, bring the fingertips onto the block, your choice. If you feel any discomfort in your knee, walk your block out even a little bit further. Give yourself more space and don't hinge forward quite so much. Honor that knee, whatever it's saying to you, okay? Don't push through any pain. We promised our body at the beginning of practice we weren't going to push through pain. Right, lift back up, so hands on the thighs, lengthen, one more breath in, then exhale, hinge forward again. Good. And then hands on the thighs and lift back up. Let's take that leg off, move the blocks off to the side for now. Feet together, knees apart, because it feels good. And everybody doing okay? Good, good. Okay, so now, thanks for those thumbs up. Okay, now we're going to break down the components of sun salutation. We're going to do a really lovely seated sun salutation. I'll tell you, I was doing this all week, and it's a lot. So just honor your body for wherever it is. If your arms don't want to go all the way up so much, just take them halfway up. If they don't want to go all the way up and it feels better to put them in a big Y, put them in a big Y, okay? So there's plenty of modifications for you to use. So we're just going to just break down the parts first slowly, and then we're going to put it together, connecting that movement with the breath. So first, we're going to just find out where your arms feel best. Find that sweet spot for you. It may be goalpost, Y, or up overhead. And then this is our Tadasana, our seated mountain pose. And then hands come onto the thighs. Now remember, you got to lengthen your spine. So press the feet and hands in, lengthen and hinge forward. This is your forward fold. Nice. Lift back up. Sweep the arms down. So get the core ready. Reach the arms forward again, overhead. And as you exhale, lift the right foot and bring hands right directly shoulder height in front of you. Now we're going to add a little twist here. So taking that right hand, we're just going to open the right hand out to the side as far as is comfortable for you and gently twist toward the right. Keeping that leg up, then we're going to come back to center. Lift arms up overhead. Don't worry, I'll walk you all through this. Lower the foot, lower the arms. And the other side. So you'll breathe in with arms up. As you exhale, you'll lift that left foot, arms come forward. Now we're going to take that left hand out to the left side, just as far as feels good in your spine. Twist toward the left. Doesn't have to be all the way back behind you. Come back to center. Lift arms up overhead. And as you exhale, lower the foot, lower the arm. Good. And then sweep arms up overhead. Gonna lower left hand down and crescent over toward that left side. So now we've warmed up the side body for this. So again, if you're at goalpost, you're at goalpost. Reach both arms up overhead again, other side. So we'll crescent over to the right. Good. And then both arms up overhead. Sweep the arms back behind you now and reach for the back of your chair. So you're sitting pretty forward in your chair. Roll the shoulders back. Draw the belly in. We're not arching the lower back, nothing in the lower back. We're just lifting through the heart space, shoulder blades squeeze together for a kiss behind you, and then hinge forward. Get a nice stretch across the shoulders. Head and neck stay in alignment. Good. Come back to neutral. Reach the arms up to your level of comfort, goalpost, Y, or whatever you call this, overhead. And then bring the hands back down to the thighs. For our downward dog, we're going to extend the legs, not 100%. You're still at about a 45-degree angle. Heels of the feet, toes lifted and spread. All right, so we're at a bent knee. Reach the arms up overhead, draw that belly in. Now press out through the heel of the hand. And we're going to hinge forward. Now, if that's too much on your back, your hands come onto your thighs to support you. But this could be our downward facing dog. Spread those fingers, pinky as far away from the thumb as possible. Now, realign the spine. So the crown of the head reaches for the sky. Roll the shoulders back and come to cobra pose. So thumbs are at the heart space, and then lift from that heart space. Take the eye gaze up no higher than the seam of the ceiling of the wall. That's cobra, Bhujangasana. And then press forward again to hinge forward into downward facing dog. Good. And then come back, sweep the arms down, reach the arms up overhead, feet come back to neutral, palms together and hands down to the heart. Okay, so just follow along as best you can. The work here is to try to connect the movement with the breath. All right. So this is supposed to be fun. This is a sun salutation. And I just wanted to read something real quick. It says, with the sun salutation, it's like an etch-a-sketch, all right? So you get to erase anything that happened before the beginning of a new day. So every morning is like shaking your etch-a-sketch. You get to start all over again. You rise in the morning, you take a quiet moment to clear the slate, to turn loose of yesterday's burdens, tomorrow's fears, and to forgive yourself and others from the heart, which frees you up. Now you're ready to accept the most priceless gift, a day of life. And you're ready for that important mission to bring the whole self to this day, which will not come again, to try to see others with new eyes, to bring a sense of newness to tasks and problems. So that's kind of what the sun salutation does for you. You're bowing to the sun, Shira Namaskar. So Shira is sun, Nama is to bow. We're bowing forward to a new day, okay? So let's just start fresh. So come to your mountain pose. Find your beautiful breath. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, and connect this movement with breath. So as you're ready now, inhale, arms up overhead or to your level of comfort, lengthen. And exhale, hands to the thighs, hinge forward, breathe out. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, sweep the arms down by your side. Inhale, arms reach all the way up or to wherever you are. Exhale, arms in front, shoulder height, lift right leg. Take that right hand, take it out to the side. Inhale, twist. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, lower the foot, lower the arms. Other side, inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, knee lifts, arms halfway. Inhale, twist to the left arm comes out to the side. Exhale, left arm reaches forward. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, lower the arms, lower the foot. Sweep the arms out to the side, big breath in. Exhale, sweep the arms out to the side, reach for the back of the chair. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hinge forward, stretch the shoulders. Inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale, reach the arms up overhead, palms together, lower the hands down to the heart. Step the feet out at a 45-degree on the heels of the feet, toes lifted and spread. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, press out through the heels of the hands, draw the belly in and hinge forward into downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a breath out. Next breath in, bring the hands to the heart, roll the shoulders back, lift up through the heart space. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, press forward back into downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the arms back down to the side, spine reaches long. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together. Lower the hands down to the heart, bring the feet back to seated mountain. Thich Nhat Hanh says, breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, I have 24 brand new days for which to live this day. Don't squander it. Lower the hands down to the heart. And just take note in how your body feels. Okay. Let's come up to standing for those who would like to come to standing now. So we're going to do sit stand. And if you don't do sit stand, you do sit stand as if you're going to stand. So the feet are behind the knees. The hands are on the thighs. You lengthen that spine and hinge forward. You're going to press the feet into the earth and imagine you're going to come to standing. So you recruit all the muscles it would take to stand, but you don't actually do it, but you're engaging as if you're going to stand. If you choose to stand, press the hands into the thighs and come to standing. And then shift that weight to the heels of the feet and slowly start to sit down without a plop. And imagine you are doing that if you are not standing as well. All right, lengthen, hinge, nose over toes, press the feet and get light on your buttocks. Maybe the hands come across the chest and you come to standing. Nice breath in, and as you exhale, shift the weight to the heels of those feet. Sit down without a plop. Some of you may like to sweep the arms forward and come to standing. And again, sit down without a plop. Do a couple more of those while I adjust the chair, adjust the video. Okay. And clear your mat and have your chair off to the side for your prop. And you know that some of you might, oh, water break, water break. I always hate water on Zoom for the person with the mic. It's like, oh, sounds terrible. I hear you swallowing. Okay, all right. Let's do a little loop sleeves while everybody's getting situated. Can't see my head. All right. I think everybody's together now, so let's shake it out. And facing your chair. So last week we talked about whether or not you wanted to use the back of the chair, the seat of the chair, or the seat of the chair with blocks, okay? So whatever you did last week, if it felt good and you want to try that again, you have 3 different options of doing this whole thing. I'm going to demo it from the back of the chair today, but you know, the only difference would be you'd be standing, you know, on the other side of the chair and you'd be getting deeper into your posture, okay? If that's where you are today. If not, don't worry about it. And if you're sitting in the chair, you're going to use the hands on the thighs to support and just do the same thing, okay? So find your mountain pose, seated or standing mountain. Feet are connected to the earth. Press the feet into the earth. Use that to lengthen your spine. Draw your tailbone toward the floor. Belly draws in, shoulders roll back, palms face forward. And then as you're ready, reach the arms up overhead, greet the sun. And as you exhale, bow forward, nama, bow forward. So hinging from the hip, belly draws in, staying long and tall with the spine. Bend the knees as much as you need. Inhale, come halfway up, lift that heart space. And then as you exhale, bow forward in gratitude. What is it you're grateful for this day? Coming up, different ways. You can press the hands into the thighs, the chair, or hands on the hips with the elbows back. Root down through those feet, reach and grow longer again. Palms together, hands down to the heart. Let's do that one more time. So inhale, your arms go to wherever they go. Find that length as you exhale, bow forward, nama, nama. Good. What are you grateful for? Inhale, lift that heart, shine your heart forward, greet the new day. As you exhale, bow forward again. So much to be grateful for. Press the hands into the chair, the thighs, or hands on the hips as you root down through those feet. Come to standing. Gratitude, gather all that is good, palms together, and land the hands down to the heart. Good. All right, let's do a lunge now. So if you're sitting in the chair, you're going to scooch over to the side of the chair or turn sideways in the chair and take that foot back behind you, and be careful with your foot. You're not going to press the toes into the earth or the top of the foot. Do what you can to maybe put a pillow or something under that foot to help support, okay? So sitting nice and tall, standing nice and tall, we're going to bring the right foot under the chair and step that left foot back. If you have arthritis in the feet, you're going to roll the back of the mat. You're going to put a blanket under your heel. If you're sitting, you're going to have that pillow under the foot. All right. Take a bend to that front knee. Now, beautiful lunge here. We isometrically send that front shin forward to fire up the hamstring, and we squeeze that back glute, lifting that back thigh bone up so the thigh bone reaches toward the sun. If you feel balanced here in your wide base of support, not on a tightrope, but on a wide base of support, Gonna reach that left arm up overhead. Find that length and crescent over to the right side, opening up through that whole left side body. Lift and lower twice. So inhale, lift. Exhale, crescent. Inhale, lift. Exhale through the nose. Crescent. And then lift back up. Lower the arm down and step the back foot forward in whatever means is best for you. Shake it out, wag the tail, make circles with your torso, your hips, and that butt side to side. Good. What do you notice? What do you notice? All right, let's go to the other side. Left foot's gonna stay under the chair, right foot's gonna step back. Front shin's gonna isometrically get sent forward. Feel that hamstring fire up. Squeeze the back glute, lift the back thigh bone up. Good. If you feel balanced and stable here with all that scissoring motion going opposite, reach that right arm up overhead. Find your length and crescent over towards that left side. Nice. And lift back up, lower the arm down. Step that back foot forward in whatever means possible. Full breath in here, and let's step back to downward dog. You're either going to be stepping to the back, using the back of the chair, the blocks, or the seat of the chair for your hands. So if you're using the seat of the chair, you're going to be in more of a V, right? More of a V. If you're using the back of the chair, you're still in that nice L. Regardless, your spine is long and tall. Good. Take a breath in. Feel that stretch in the hamstrings. If you're sitting in the chair and you feel like you'd like to do a hamstring stretch, extend one leg in front of you and do a nice hamstring stretch, because here we're working our hamstrings and our lower back. One more breath. And then slowly walk the feet forward. Reach the arms up overhead, palms together, and hands come down to the heart. Okay, so with those three moves, forward fold, lunge, and downward facing dog, we're gonna do a sun salutation, just one round on each side, okay? Just so you can connect that movement with the breath, we can be free flowing, do the best that you can with the breathing, okay? I'm gonna put you over here so I can see you better. Knock you over. Hey. All right, you ready? All right, feet are connected to the earth. Find your mountain pose. Inhale, the arms come to your level of comfort. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, spine is long. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Step your right foot forward under the chair. As you exhale, step your left foot back into lunge. If you're balanced, let's reach that left arm up overhead. As you exhale, crescent over to the right. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, lower the arm down. As you breathe in, step that back foot forward. Full breath in, finding length. Exhale, take that right foot back behind you. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, crescent to the left. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, lower the arm down and bring that back foot forward. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, get length in your spine. Exhale, hands come to the back of the chair, step back into your downward facing dog. Knees are bent, spine is long, front body toward the back body. Hold for the inhale, hold for the exhale. Inhale, walk both feet forward again. Take a nice big breath in, reach the arms up overhead, gather the sun, gather all the good energy. As you exhale, pull that down in towards your heart space. And just notice how you feel. Notice the breath, notice the body. Beautiful. All right, shake all that out. So let's get down on the floor. There is some nice stretching that I want to do. Since we have Oh, well, we need more time. Always, right? So let's get down on the floor. Have your strap nearby, please, and have a block nearby. And when you get down on, oh, take a water break if you like too. Grab some water. Those of you who are forced or have to force yourself to drink water, it's good to put little cues in your day. Maybe every time you hear the bell and you take 10 breaths, you'll also maybe drink a cup of water. Sometimes it's hard to remember to breathe. I mean, to take a drink. Okay, so you have a block and a strap nearby. You're gonna lie down on a bed, a recliner. Cheryl, do you get down on the floor? Do you want to use a bed? Okay. All right. Well, you can do the Supta Gustasana with the strap in the chair as well. Okay, so first just come to your constructive rest or your seated mountain and just notice where your body takes a sigh, where you might feel some release of tension. Letting go of anything that doesn't serve right now. Bringing the hands on the belly. I'm going to just do a little diaphragmatic strengthening with our exhaling, counting to 10 breath, okay? So breathing in through the nose and letting the side ribs expand. And then as you exhale, on the exhalation, counting to 10 out loud as many times as you can, okay? So that's our exercise to strengthen the diaphragm, to help make our breathing really good and strong. And it's going to be there for us when we need it. God forbid we should get some type of respiratory illness where we need strength in our diaphragm, or even if we're post-operative and we need to remember, take those nice deep breaths. So hands on the lower ribs, and just take a moment to feel the side ribs expand. The belly will rise naturally. Feel the exhalation, so feel the sink of the hands into the belly. And we're going to do this lying down. You can do it standing up or sitting too, but lying down is a good way to practice. So next time you take that full breath in, on your exhalation, you're going to count out loud rounds of 10 as many times as you can. And you want to build that up each day as you practice to another couple of counts. All right. So when you're ready, exhale fully. And inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2, 3, 4. And then take another full breath in. All right, now that you got it, let's try that one more time. Let's catch your breath. When you're ready, exhale fully. Inhale, side ribs expand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. All right. Practice that. Got it. So the more you do that, the more strength you're going to get in that diaphragm. And saying it out loud, as fairly loud, is going to make a big difference in strengthening that diaphragm when you really, really need it, which is all the time. All right, so grab your strap if you would. and we'll place it around the base of the right foot. And I know this 4-week session has been breath centric, but sometimes it's important just to give as much time in pranayama, right? And breath work. It's one of the limbs of yoga. All right, so bring that knee in the direction of your right shoulder. If you want to extend your left leg long, go ahead. If that doesn't feel good in your back, don't do it. If you're sitting in the chair, just place it around the base of the left foot and extend your leg long and tall. Now, if it's not straight, lower it, straighten it, press out through the heel of the foot, and then only lift it as high as it can be straight, because you want to get that stretch from sit bone to behind the calf. And soften your shoulders down. Press out through the heel of the foot, lift and spread your toe, and just enjoy this energy running from the pelvis to the heel and back down again. Find your easy breath here. And you internally and externally rotate from the top of your leg bone just to get different sensations. Good. But like I said, pranayama is equally as important as asana, right? As another one of the limbs, asana meaning the postures. All right, place your left hand on your left hip point, and then that's to keep you from rotating. So take the leg out to that right side as far as your left hip point doesn't rotate forward. So that's to help you know that you're keeping your pelvis level on the earth. Now, if you have SI instability, sacroiliac instability, bend your left knee and take your left leg, your left knee out to the left side so you have even balance of weight, better balance of weight on the pelvis. Keep pressing out through the heel of the foot. Can you do a little external rotation here? All right, use the strength of your leg to lift the leg back up, bring the knees back together. And if you have that SI instability, cross your left leg under your right thigh. So you're making an X with your legs. But if you're fine, you want to keep that leg extended, just take your right leg over top of your left leg. Oh gosh, I just put my foot on the computer. All right, nice stretch. We have a little puppy friend visiting. This is when they always get their licks in, right? Try to keep the shoulders connected to the earth. Good. All right, and then use the strength of your leg to lift back up. Bend the knees, swap them out. The right leg's going to stay bent or extended. The left knee is going to come in the direction of the left shoulder to plug that head of the leg bone in. And then slowly extend the leg long. If it's not straight, lower it. Flex out through the heel of the foot. Get a nice calf stretch while you're at it. And then nice and long. Play around with a little external and internal rotation from the top of the leg bone. So just don't rotate the ankle. Really try to rotate from the whole top of the leg bone. That'll create a whole different sensation. So our hamstring has 3 different parts to it, right? Where do you feel the most sensation? What feels most necessary in your body as a stretch? All right, put the straps in your left hand, your right palm on your right hip point to help you to remember to stay level. And then take that left leg out to the left side. Right knee can come out to the right side to balance out the weight on your pelvis so your sacroiliac joint doesn't take a beating. Keep pressing out through the heel of the foot. If your sacroiliac joint's fine, just keep your right leg straight. But I find that makes you tip a little bit more easy. It almost helps keep your pelvis more balanced if you take that right leg out to the right side with your knee bent, almost like a half Baddha Konasana, half cobbler's pose. Right, use the strength of your leg if you can to lift back up. Bring the right knee back up if it was out. And then take that left leg across the right leg. Let that stretch across the left outer thigh. Left shoulder reaches for the earth, but not to compromise your spine. So do what you need to do to keep your spine safe. That takes priority. Good. All right. And then use the strength of your leg to lift back up. Bend the knee, take that strap off, and then bring one or both knees into the chest, rock side to side. If you're sitting in the chair, just hinge forward a bit. Maybe even put your feet on blocks so your knees can be lifted and hinge forward and massage your belly with your thighs, massage your lower back with your weight. Good. Let's lower the feet back down to the floor and just do a little bit opposite arm leg movement. If you're sitting in the chair, you're going to extend your left leg and your right arm out directly out in front of you and just switch. All right, just like a contralateral movement. If we are lying on the floor, we're going to extend our right leg up to the ceiling, left arm up to the ceiling. And switch. And you're going to have some options here, so listen for your options. Just moving opposite arm leg toward the pointing toward the ceiling. So your options are going to be to reach your arm up all the way overhead, left arm overhead, right foot toward the ceiling if you choose, if the shoulders are open to that. And then your third option would be, instead of the foot to the ceiling, it reaches long to the short end of the mat. So your whole left leg is long and extended to the short end of the mat, right fingertips are overhead, and switching that way. All right, lots of options for whatever works for you today. A little core strengthening, a little contralateral movement for some brain fitness. One more time each way. Nice. And then can we do just a full body stretch? Reach long with the fingertips. Maybe the arms are coming out to the side or at goalposts, but if you can get both legs down, press out through the heels of the feet. Good. And then find your block. I'm going to bend the feet back into constructive rest and place the block in between the thighs. So we can do a little squeezing of the thigh, a little inner thigh work. So first, just give the block a squeeze between the thighs, feel the inner thighs fire up. We work our outer thighs a lot. We don't often work our inner thighs. So squeeze and release any discomfort. If it feels better to use a pillow or a slow-mo ball. Squeeze. Now, can you pigeon your toes just a bit and lift your heels up? That's going to help build some strength in the pelvic floor. Squeeze and release. So you pigeon your toes, lift the heels, squeeze the block. That's going to be a substitute for a Kegel exercise if you have any issues when you giggle too hard or cough. And the release is as important as the strengthening. So make sure you give yourself a little release, a nice mindful release of 3 to 5 seconds, and then squeeze again. Squeeze the block, heels are lifted, toes are pointing toward each other. And you do this in the chair as well. Great exercise for pelvic floor strengthening. 2 more. And release. Last one, squeeze. And release. Keeping the block there, let's do some bridging. So arms are down by your side. Snuggle your shoulder blades under your back. Walk the feet as close to the buttocks as feels comfortable for your knees. Bend your elbows, palms face each other across your torso. And then as you're ready, lengthen your tailbone towards your heels. So a little posterior pelvic tilt. Press the heels into the floor, the backs of the arms into the floor. Make sure the neck isn't on pillow, the head isn't on pillows. As you lift and press the hips and torso up off the earth. If you're in the chair, you can do a seated camel pose or just reach for the back of the chair like we did before. Roll the shoulders back and hinge forward, lifting the heart space up. So you're sitting forward in the chair. Sweep the arms back behind you, hold on to the back of the chair, draw the shoulder blades together and hinge forward. If you're exploring on the floor, release your bridge pose. And then one more time, squeeze the block, press the heels, press the backs of the arms into the floor, lengthen that tailbone, lift up. And one more thing you can add on to this, if you want to isometrically send your shins forward, you'll feel the hamstrings work. And then give a little squeeze around the glutes, around the sitting bones. So squeeze the glutes around the sitting bones and release. Let's do that one more time. Heels, block, arms, lengthen that tailbones, lift the hips, send the shins forward, squeeze the sit bones, and release. Good. All right, let's take the block away. And bring those knees back into the chest again. Rock side to side. Make some circles with your ankles. Oh, actually, do you have your block still within reach? And you put the blocks right, put your feet right on the blocks. You're in constructive rest and just set your feet on a block. And if you're sitting in the chair, just set your feet on the block. Knees are at 90 degrees. We're going to do Baddha Konasana with our feet on the block. And this is Doug Keller's way of helping you to get the head of the leg bone to go into the pelvis, to open up through the hips a little bit more. So bring the soles of the feet together. The knees come away from each other. And just place your hands on your belly. Use your breath to soften around the outer hip. Stretch the inner hip, inner thigh. See if you can't take a few more nice outer rib expansion breaths. So as you breathe in, let the outer ribs expand, and then see if you can't feel some feedback in the back body, where maybe you feel the back ribs expand, the front ribs expand for a full big breath in. And as you exhale with your hands on your belly, feel your hands sink down towards your spine. A few more belly breaths here, or side rib breaths, whatever you want to call them. Nice. And you can stay like this for a little bit longer if you choose to begin your Shavasana like this, or take your hands to the sides of your thighs and lift your knees back toward each other and kick your block out of the way and do a little prana response. What is your body still seeking? What do you need to do before you can settle into Shavasana? So allow your body to speak to you, and then you be open and aware to listen. And if it needs a twist side to side or a happy baby, whatever you would like to do, take the next 5 or 6 breaths to listen to your body and honor it with whatever it needs. And then when you are ready, settle into your version of Shavasana. Take a couple of cleansing breaths. We'll actually breathe in through the nose and out through an open mouth, just to release any excess carbon dioxide that it may have accumulated. Do a quick grace breath, breathing in, noticing the temperature and the physical sensations of the breath in. And as you exhale now, just notice the physical sensation of this new change in dynamic of your whole body being on the floor or in the chair, as the back of the body is against the back of the chair. Take a couple of grace breaths, tapping into that parasympathetic nervous system so your Shavasana can be really lovely and calm and relaxed. And then just let the breath travel to any of those places and spaces of your body that may be still holding on to tension, and use that exhalation to invite a release and letting go. Thich Nhat Hanh reminds us, waking up this morning, I smile. 24 brand new hours are before me. I vow to live fully in each moment and to look at all beings with eyes of compassion. So hearing the bell, perhaps it reminded you to take a breath. So enjoy a full new breath in. Unlike any other breath you'll have this day, and take a full breath out. Any like you'll have this day, the next will be different. And begin celebrating movement of your body with fingers and toes. Gently turning your head side to side. Moving your bigger muscles, bending your knees, rocking side to side, or bringing them into your chest. Roll, rocking side to side to finally end up on your favorite side. Pause there for a moment and remind yourself of the cue that you have selected, that you will hear, or something that will trigger you to remember to take breaths throughout the course of the day. Practice, practice, practice. I saw a meme in Facebook, and it said, I read a book about how to be amazing at anything. And when I opened the book, it was one page and it said, practice. So press your hands into the earth. Use that to come to a comfortable seat for yourself. Bring the hands to the heart. And let's just use our diaphragm to support one beautiful Om as we send each other off. So take a full breath in. Om. Just know that all the light and love in my heart honors and bows to that same light and love in each of yours. So bow your head to honor your own practice, and then blink your eyes open and greet your Sangha with Namaste. Namaste, everybody.